Hi friends, this is Arun. In this video, we'll have a look at hashing. Hashing is one of the important things when you go when you go into programming at the larger level, like because it solves very important problem called searching. Okay, searching is one of the key things what we do it in all the things. For example, if you are searching for your contacts or you're searching for a what is like tickets or whatever it is, you search always. Okay, let's say like to simplify the thing, like let's assume that I have an array of some five numbers, and I want to search for three. So what I have to do, the worst case, I mean the first case, I have to iterate through all the array till three, and then figure out the three is there. Okay, this is the simplest way. But this is not the best way. The next is like if you know the index, you can go and say that array of three, I'll get three. Okay, so like that is the second best thing. But is there a way where I can do it in a faster way? Okay, if I know the index, I'm sure like I get in a constant time. But if I don't know that, I'm doomed. Okay, I can't able to get the things. So that is solved with the help of hashing. Okay, so in this case, let's assume I have an things. I mean, I have time complexity for a couple of things. One is the trees, arrays, and sorted array, and last is the special case of array, which assumes like it's a hash map. In this, if it is a list is sorted, my search is faster, whereas if it is not, my search is slower. Okay, whereas in the trees it makes the life simpler. In case of hash, it is much faster. So that is the specialty of the hash, and let's see how it becomes a special case or what it does to achieve that special case. Okay, so let's see into the our good old books, like our mom is the best hashing function. Okay, what is called a hashing function? Let's assume if you go into room and if you ask home and if you ask something, your mom will say where it is placed. She knows all the things where it's until unless you messed up something. Okay, she has best hashing function is in her brain, and she knows how to fetch things with a constant time without searching like you searching the whole house. Okay, the same way, can we have a magic function which will help us to find any values in a program which is given which is got as an input. Okay, so in theory, like there is, I mean, in practicality, there is no magic function. We have to write a function which is near perfect to that magic function. You can't have an ideal function which says that I want this, give me this. Okay, in theory you can have it, but in practical life it's not possible. Let's take few examples and then go through it in the further slides, and then we'll know why it is not perfectly available. Let's say I want to search my names, okay, and I keep the names in an array. If I want to have the best case, let's for our own, I'll store it in the array of zero. For zebra, let's the thing, I'll put it in somewhere else where in the last index. Okay, if it is a one-to-one thing, yes, I'll be able to get the things perfectly for all a. If there is no duplicate a, let's assume there is no Arun one or Arul. Okay, I'll have no, I will not have any issues. In this case, instead of storing, I mean, if along with India, if I get Indonesia, I'm gone. Okay, both the guys will compete for the same place. So I have to go for another alternate function. Let's assume I have this function 52. How it calculates it straightforward. Like it converts the values and then adds it. Okay. So what I have to do, my hash value, I have to have equivalent to the size of the array. If it is a 26 size, I'll have it in the 26. Okay. So, but the ideal hash function has the search time of 1. Okay. But you can't achieve 1 all the time. So what we'll do is we'll try to match it with this similar thing. So in this case, I have another thing like I have a function called hash code, which is a hashing function, which is written by 1. For example, if I give apple, it gives 5, which is the location of that thing. Okay. So in this case, my hashing function is not good. So for mango or honeydew, it is returning 6. If you see that, both the guys are having the same location, so they'll fight for the same places. So you may not know what to do for it. So in this case, this is called collision. Okay, this simple process called collision, colliding for two things. Okay, so this happens everywhere. You collide, two guys go for the same girl, all those things. Okay, so typically one solution is first come first serve. That's how law happens, but most of the cases it doesn't. So what happens to the second and third and fourth? They're dropped out. But in programming life, we can't drop out the things. So we go for the pigeonhole principle. So if we can't avoid all the collisions, that's for sure. In real time, it will not be possible. So we'll try to fit in all the guys who is similar to or who is attained for the same thing in the same hole. Okay, that's called chaining. So we chain all the pigeons into same hole and then push them, shove them into the hole and then put them into the thing. That's called separate chaining. Or the second style is called open addressing. The open addressing is like, okay, guys, there is no place here, but down the lane, like in the array after 26, I have a lot of free space. Can you go and sit over there? So like that, I can put it over there. So that's called open addressing. So chaining is having the same location, but with the list. Okay. Before that, we'll go for a technology madness. The separate chaining is also called as open hashing, and open addressing is also called as closed hashing. Don't scold me. I'm not the one who has done that. So our IT guys who always love jargon, who wants to confuse, will do that. So in this, I have shown separate chaining. For example, S and S are in the same 143 location. So what we have done, we have created a linked list, and then we have settled all the guys in the same thing. But the problem with this thing is like there is a chance for having a skew over this. Like if all the guys are having S name in the S, you are doomed. Okay. So some of the good and bad functions, hash function, how it should be is like, so it should best is like it should be ideally giving one place for one guy. Worst is one place for all the guy. And in reality, it's like one or two places shared by the couple of guys because of the collision. So this is how it happens in the real life. Okay. So what makes a good hash function? So you have to find some function based on your data, uh, which will help the data to distribute evenly and uses the whole hash table, not as I said skewed, like all A's to skewed to one thing and all Z's skewed to another thing. If you know that all the data is more of a guys, so what I'll do is I'll write my hash table function to sort it in the second letter, like that. Okay. Apart from that, so first thing you have to do is go and write your own hashing function, simple hashing function, and then try to find out based on your data. And there is something called one more concept called rolling hash or the universal hash, which I don't want to confuse you with right now. So go and search for it. Something called load factor, probing. These are some of the things. And if you are a Java guy, go and search for the hash code. That's the example for hashing function, and that is being used in hash map, hash table, all the cases in Java. Every language has a similar thing, and the hashing looks similar to encryption. How it is different, go and search for it. And best one of the well-known used hash function is called md5. So go and learn about it as well. So these are the things you need to know when you are going to learn about hashing. So we got the idea. Hashing is like storing in an efficient way with the proper index. The index is given by the hashing function, and it helps you to do a better thing. Okay, thank you friends, bye bye.